The Standing Rock protests of 2016 pit humanity against technology, and a new documentary called The White Snake seeks to tell that story. Film producer Valentina Castellani-Quinn looked into these new technologies and worked with the Native Americans firsthand. It's a really interesting story, Valentina. Nice to have you here. Welcome.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so happy to be with you.
Thank you. How did you get to make this film? What prompted, what was the motivation?
You know, this film comes as the continuation in some way of my previous documentary, One Rock, Three Religions, which was about peace in the Middle East.
Fabulous film, by the way.
Yes.
Absolutely fabulous.
Thank you so much. Yes, it got many, many awards, including the Human Rights Award, the U.S. Congress Award. And while we were shooting, we came across to Ambassador James Woolsey, which was the former head of CIA, but most important, the founder of the U.S. Security Council, which is the organization, the government organizations created to eliminate our dependency from oil. And this is not to put down oils, but actually to create a better synergetic system with other form of energies, you know, so that it becomes less political. So when we started to interview Ambassador Woolsey, I realized that here there was in front of me a great opportunity and certainly a full new movie. And I realized, in fact, I mean, peace in the Middle East is very connected with politics, and politics, it's all about oil. So I said, you know, maybe we should figure it out a way to tell the story, something about oil. And when the Standing Rock saga started, I kind of had an epiphany, and I said, that's it. Let's work through the story of the Native American, what's happening in Standing Rock, to
and
understand.
The pipeline, right?
Yes, the pipeline. To understand really how, you know, a small piece of society like the Native America can be endangered by the misuse of such powerful energy as oil is. And it's a micro example of what's really happening all over the world. It's happening in the Amazon forest and in Ecuador with the drilling and the indigenous. It's happening everywhere in Europe. So the story basically revolves around the Native Americans. In particular, we're working with Chief Arvol Looking Horse, who is the Pope of all the tribes, is the chief of all stars nations, Lakota, Dakota, Nakota. And it's been such a privilege and a pleasure and so much more to work with this outstanding human being.
They have such a connection to the ground and to the earth.
Amazing.
And that you understand that completely from what you're talking about. The oil pipeline, though necessary for commerce and for all the things that we understand and that we enjoy in life, did have a very disruptive effect on their lives and on their traditions. So is it a clash of industry versus exactly. You know, like society that was like born here? Yes,
exactly, which is a bit of the goal and the message of the film. When technology does not work pro people, it becomes humanity versus technology, which should never happen, really. And you know, it was an incredible experience to be in Standing Rock. Very difficult to shoot, minus 30 degrees. The camera would stop working, any cell phone, anything after 3 minutes. So we were constantly back in the car and trying to hit the camera. But what caught my attention, my heart, was exactly these tribes of people still living on the teepees near the river, where they still drink and wash and use for cooking and for anything, and their sacredness, their purity. I will never forget the moment we entered the village, and we were all prepared to have all our official excuses. Look, we have permits, we have this, I am Queen Studios, etc. And I started to talk, and this lovely elder of the Native American tribe told me, wait a second, are you coming in peace? And that stopped me completely. Like, I mean, it's such a simple question. They weren't asking for permit, as we are used to, for credits, for nothing. Are you coming in peace?
They wanted to know where your heart was.
Yes.
And your heart is really in this work. And the reason that you're a documentary filmmaker is what?
the reason in the sense of, well,
your mission, your purpose.
My mission is always to work with people and humanity, and I think the filmmaking is the biggest, most powerful format and you know, platform really to convey an idea, a message. So much can be done. Our last documentary brought us at US Congress. We were talking in there. We were able to facilitate and inspire some congressmen to create 2 new bills in the protection of some minorities in the Middle East. So these are small steps and yet so powerful steps that you know, makes a movie so important. So I hope I can do the same with this documentary and give some honor and some value back to these Native American tribes, and also to instill more awareness to all of us that still, I mean, we are way more aware than 10 years ago, but still so much work needs to be done.
Well, we appreciate your courage and your vision in this work that you're doing. When can we see, when is this, The White Snake, going to be seen?
We are finishing filming in the tribes, in the reservations in South and North Dakota in August, and then we will film a piece in the Amazon forest in Ecuador and Brazil. And then post-production, which is already started, will continue. I think by springtime the film should be ready.
Okay, looking forward to that.
I will give you a call.
Okay, all right. Thanks so much for being here. It's been a pleasure seeing you.
It was a pleasure to work with you guys. Thank you so much.